Got a call last fall way back from home. Seems the river dried up and left the Lone Star alone. I ain't got time for thoughts like that. It ain't a reason to head on back. It's been 15 years since I've driven that road, with the evergreen trees and the cold limestone.
What's up, guys? Yes, I'm still alive. I know it's been a long time since a video has come out. I've actually been pretty busy over the winter. I have been wrenching, just not anything cool. Our Passat that my wife and I, we bought brand new, 0 miles, and we've put 150,000 miles on it now, traveling coast to coast and all over the place. We used to road trip constantly before we had our son, and basically it was starting to age the way that some Volkswagens age. All kinds of little electronic bugs and things like that. The radiator fans would just come on and stay on and run the battery down overnight. So I put a little switch, an override switch, in a hidden part of the dash that would override that, and every time you pull in, you'd have to turn it off and the fans wouldn't run down the battery. But not too long after that, the fuel pump module would stay stuck on and it would run the battery down. And I didn't really want to put a override switch to the fuel pump module on the dash. If in case you bump it going down the road, you shut your fuel pump off. Volkswagen knows about the fuel pump module issue, but they don't have a fix for it. So even if I had bought another fuel pump module, it probably would have ended up doing the same thing at one point or another. Basically, every time we pulled it in, it'd just have to sit on a charger all night if we wanted to be able. And then if we were to go to a hotel or something, then we had to bring a battery jump box, and it was a whole ordeal. This has been pretty much all fall and winter doing all this. Then the PCV valve went out, and the PCV valve went out and it didn't throw a check engine light. So I didn't know it was out. There's no way of knowing, really. It didn't run any different. But as you can imagine, with the PCV valve going out, the crankcase pressure got too high, blew out the rear main seal, and I was getting ready to replace the rear main seal, and then I found out the seal driver, you have to order it from Volkswagen, and it's $630 just for the seal driver, and then I got to separate the engine and the transmission. And the thing had 150,000 miles on it anyway. And then one time I was coming out of a grocery store parking lot, and the car just shut off. Like the dash shut off, the engine shut off, and the steering locked while I was driving, which is terrifying to think about. If it was on the interstate or something, I don't even want to think about that. It's just scary. So we decided we'd end it. We'd call it with that car, which is kind of a melancholy thing because we got married in that car. We took it down Route 66, and we got married on Route 66, and we brought our son home in that car. And so, but when it's time to get rid of a car, it's time to get rid of a car. So we got rid of it. Let's see what we got. Yeah, it's nothing as cool as another Unibody or a Model A or something, but it's another Ford. Title might be a little misleading. You might have thought I got something a little cooler, but we like it. We're enjoying the heck out of it. But we're liking it a lot better than the Volkswagen. Good car so far. Drives great. So yeah, the title's a little clickbaity. Bought another Ford. It's not as cool as a classic Ford or a donor, but it's cool to us. We finally got something I don't have to worry about. So yeah, it's Ford Fusion. Also had some issues with the elements. VTEC spool valve went out, and so it's been a busy winter, and I didn't really get a chance to work on these. But now that we have a daily Ford, I'm gonna have a lot more free time to be able to wrench on stuff. Now, I wanted to mention this before we get too much farther. This is the part where I'm reading, and I'm trying to totally make it not look like I'm reading. But if you want to come meet me and see Blue over here, which is what I'm calling it for now until I come up with a better name, Blue. So if you want to meet me and more importantly see Blue over here, we will be at the Wings and Wheels Antique Aircraft Fly-In and Car Show at the Ankeny Regional Airport, May 19th, 2018, which is going to be awesome. I mean, antique airplanes and classic cars at the Ankeny Regional Airport, which is just a suburb of Des Moines. So if you're in Iowa or in the central Midwest and want to come check out the truck, by all means. And I know there's a few in Iowa, a couple guys come to mind that have frame swap trucks. It'd be cool if we could get together and like all park next to each other or something if you guys are able to come out. But yeah, any of you frame swap guys, let me know if you're available, and then we'll just kind of try to meet up and then go in at the same time. It's cheap to register. It's like 10 bucks in advance to register your vehicle, $15 the day of, I think, and then dash plaques for the first 100 cars. But yeah, I'm super stoked for that because I love airplanes, and antique airplanes even better. So hopefully there'll be like maybe some World War II planes there or something. I don't know. I haven't heard yet what's going to be there. If you want more information on this, I'll put a link down below. It's put on by the Oldsmobile Club of Iowa, but it's open to all makes and models. So come on out, check out some planes, and come say hey. Okay, on to truck stuff. Nothing has really changed over the winter. Everything's still pretty much the same. What I'm getting ready to tackle is this weather stripping here. You can see I've actually started taking it off there, but it's in rough shape. Time to replace that, and time to replace the anti-rattlers. That noise driving down the road is not enjoyable, and even with it rolled down, it still rattles a little bit. So I'm going to be replacing those soon. And then also the vent window seal here, just to get everything sealed up a little better and less wind noise inside. And speaking of noise, I still haven't figured out what I want to do with the exhaust. What I would like to do is maybe exit through the body right here using a flange much like this one here, except we'll copy it and make our own version of it, because that's like 260 bucks or something just for that, and a pair of those would be expensive. If we could find a way to do it ourselves, that would be pretty slick. It would be an homage to those old World War II airplanes, like P-40 Warhawk comes to mind, or any of those old fighters that had the exhaust coming out the side of the nose. I love that look, and I think that would be pretty slick. And the whole exhaust thing has been kind of frustrating for me because it seems so subjective as to what people, it's a matter of taste as far as what sound you want out of it. I want something that sounds still kind of deep, but not droning in the cab. So if you guys, I know nothing about exhaust, so if you exhaust guys and girls have any input on that, I'd appreciate it. I've still got the 4 cats. I've definitely keep the front two because the O2 sensor and stuff. But the second ones, I've thought about a cat delete, but I don't know. I'll go back and forth on that. So again, I don't know enough about it. If you guys have any input, I'd really appreciate it. I don't really want it to sound like a Mustang, but it's got the 4.6, so it probably will. But I definitely don't want it to sound cackly, like those lifted Silverados with the things in the back. Don't want that. And I'm not really looking for performance or anything. I have thought about maybe glass packs. You keeping the 4 cats and then use glass packs, because it doesn't sound horrible now. It's just, it doesn't help that I cut the exhaust right under the cab. That's probably where most of the droning is. So sending it out the sides, that's going to help a little bit there. But I'm looking at maybe Super 10s, maybe Super 44s behind the cats, or maybe glass pack. You guys put down in the comments what you think, what you've used for something that has kind of a mean tone but doesn't have the drone on the interstate. I was asked once or twice what this engine was that's sitting in the corner. This is a 351 Windsor. It's dated 1979, so it's got all the smog equipment stuff, but I did get a hold of a cheap Edelbrock Torquer 2 intake manifold, but I haven't decided what I want to do with this. It's crossed my mind to stick it in that Mustang over there, but I've already got a nice rebuilt engine for that, so it's just kind of been shoved in the corner. But I need to use this stand for the Y block when we pop that out and get started on that. So I'm kind of thinking about selling it. It actually came with the blue truck. It was in it when I brought the blue truck home and had debated on just using it, but the whole Crown Vic thing came up and this just got shoved off in the corner. It's a good engine. It turns over. It's got good compression. I did a leak down test on it. It's all good. So I don't know. Maybe we'll do something with it. So the goal for today is to swap tailgates. What I want to do is take this tailgate off and donate it to this truck, because this one's in really, really good shape, and with me wanting to do a nice truck with this, nice body work and painted, I'll use the really, really nice tailgate on that one, and then use this tailgate, which needs quite a bit of repair. This is a very common area for these unibody tailgates to rust. Repair that, paint it the blue, probably use the acrylic enamel because I still got a bunch of it left. Paint it blue and then put it on that truck, because this one's, a little rougher, so it'll fit with the quote-unquote patina of this truck. I can see on this tailgate, it's got, if you look down in there, I don't know if you can see it, it looks like I have the Unibody tailgate rods that are very hard to find. So that's exciting. Hopefully they're in good shape. I haven't been able to get this thing open, and I don't want to wrap on it too hard because I don't want to split the tailgate in half. So that's our goal, is to try to get this thing open as gently as possible to be able to get it off.
Tell Dad did the best with what he had. Just a $2 pistol, 4 acres of land. And the family outside that he used to race. Now the motor seized up and the thing won't crank.
Alright, got it out, and yep, it is rough. And looks like we had some hornets living in there, if it would focus. And as well as on this side. Glad they weren't in there when I was taking it off. The captive nuts, I had this on the blue one too, that are behind here for the hold the tailgate on. They always strip out and just sit there and spin. So I decided to just cut them off and then hit it with the air chisel, get the heads off the bolts. Came right off. Some interesting welds here. It was nice having those Unibody tailgate rods because I stole them, put them on this truck. It used to be, it would just open all the way down. But now I've got tailgate rods until I find another set for this truck. They're tough to find. But I do not believe they manufacture these for a replacement. It's starting to look and starting to feel a little like spring, so I figured I'd bring you guys outside. Just on the deck here, just got done feeding the chickens. But I was going to talk to you guys about doing like a donation thing. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. What a lot of creators are doing now, content creators, are going to this PayPal.me thing, where if you feel like supporting a channel, you can do that. And if you don't have to. No big deal. The situation that content creators that we're facing right now is that the ad revenue has gone down from what it used to be with YouTube's new algorithm, whatever it is. It's gone down, and a lot of creators are having to go to this to bring more content to their channel. And I have a particularly expensive channel to run with the buying the cars, the donors, the parts, all that stuff. That whole truck series of doing the frame swap on the blue truck, I've just about paid off my camera. So it's not like I was making a lot of money in the first place. And one reason is because I don't put ads within my videos. I don't like those, where you're watching a video and then it stops and you have to watch an ad and then you finally get back to the content. I don't do that, and that hurts me, but I'm not going to start doing that because I can't stand that. And sometimes it gets put into my videos and I don't know about it because I don't really watch my own videos until somebody said, points it out or something. Like, oh, I go in and pull it back out. So if there's an ad in the middle of this, let me know. But what it is basically just a donation that goes to the channel, and that's exactly where it would go. Any money that comes in from the donation will go directly back into the channel, into parts and donor cars, whatever. By doing this, I'm not trying to beg for money or anything. What it will do is basically create more content, more videos, and more parts and cars to play with. It helps cover the cost, and because when it comes to filming and then editing is the big part. There's a lot of time involved, especially the editing. I'm gonna let my dog in. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put a little link down below. If you feel like supporting the channel, I definitely appreciate it. If you don't want to, I totally understand. Not a problem at all. Just think of it like a tip jar, where all the proceeds go directly back into the channel so I can buy more things and then make more content. All right, back to the garage. All right, that's gonna do it for this one, guys. I mostly just wanted to check in and let you know that I'm still alive, and thank you to those who reached out and asked if I was okay. I'm doing just great. Actually, fantastic now that I'm back to working on the trucks. We'll tackle the tailgate in the next episode, and then soon we'll be ripping that Y block out. Maybe do a teardown on that and see if it's worth rebuilding. I sure hope it is. I really hope it is. It's currently stuck, so I've been spraying a little PB blaster and dripping a little ATF in the spark plug holes, so hopefully we'll get it unstuck. I hope I get to meet a lot of you at the Antique Airplane Fly-In and Car Show at the Ankeny Regional Airport, May 19th, Saturday, May 19th, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And hopefully a few frame swap trucks can show up. That would be awesome. So until next time, as always, I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.
This home is where the